jovial huntsmen, as I have heard them say, and they would go a-hunting upon St. David's Day. All day they hunted, and nothing could they find but a ship a-sailing with a wind.
One said it was a ship,
the other said nay, the third said it was a house with the chimney blown away.
all the night they hunted, and nothing could they find but the moon a-gliding with a wind.
One said it was the moon,
The other said nay,
the third said it was a cheese, half of it is cut away.
all the day they hunted, and nothing did they find
But a hedgehog in a bramble bush, and that they left behind.
The first said it was a hedgehog,
The second he said nay,
the third said it was a pincushion
with the pin stuck in the wrong way. All the night they hunted, and nothing could they find but a hare in a turnip field, and that they left behind. The first said it was a hare, the second he said nay, the third said it was a calf, and the cow had run away. All the day they hunted, and nothing could they find but an owl in a holly tree, and that they left behind. One said it was an owl, the second he said nay, the third said 'twas an old man, and his beard was growing gray, and his beard was growing gray. Four and 20 tailors went to kill a snail. The best man among them durst not touch her tail. She put out her horns like a little Kylo cow. Run, tailors, run, or she'll kill you all now. 4 and 20 tailors went to kill a snail. The best man among them durst not touch her tail. She put out her horns like a little Kylo cow. Run, tailors, run, or she'll kill you all now. Daffy Down-Dilly has come up to town in a yellow petticoat and a green gown. Daffy Down-Dilly has come up to town in a yellow petticoat and a green gown.
Sing song, merry-go-round, here we go up to the moon. Oh, little Johnny a penny has found, and so we'll sing a tune. Oh,
What shall I buy with the penny I found? With the penny I found, so bright and round, so bright and round.
what shall you buy? A kite that will fly to the moon. Oh, all through the sky, up to the moon, all through the sky to the moon.
But if when it gets there, it should stay in the air, or the man in the moon should open the door and take it in with his long, long paw, we should sing to another tune. Oh, we should sing to another tune.
shoe. Get it done by 2:30. Do it neat and do it strong. I will pay you when it's done.
Wouldn't it be funny, wouldn't it now, if the dog said moo? Moo. And the cow said bow wow. And the cat sang and whistled. And the bird said meow. Wouldn't it be funny, wouldn't it now? Wouldn't it be funny, wouldn't it now, if the dog said moo? And the cow said bow wow. And the cat sang and whistled. And the bird said meow. Wouldn't it be funny, wouldn't it now?
Tweedledum
and Tweedledee resolved to have a battle.
For Tweedledum
Said Tweedledee had spoiled his nice new rattle.
just then flew by
A monstrous crow as big as a tar barrel,
which frightened both.
the heroes so they quite forgot their quarrel. Three young rats with black felt hats. Three young ducks with new straw flats. Three young dogs with curling tails. Three young cats with demi-veils. Rats, ducks, dogs, and cats with veils went out to walk with two young pigs in satin vests and sorrel wigs. But suddenly it chanced to rain, and so they all went home again. There was a man in our town, and he was wondrous wise. He jumped into a bramble bush and scratched out both his eyes. And when he saw his eyes were out with all his might and main, he jumped into another bush and scratched them in again. Oh, Toby Sizer is such a miser. No cloak he'll buy to keep him dry, sir. He'll not permit his neighbor Randall to light his pipe by his short candle, for fear, he says, he might convey a little bit of light away. The greedy man is he who sits and bites bits out of plates, or else takes up an almanac and gobbles all the dates. Oh, where has my little dog gone? Oh, where can he be? With his tail cut short and his ears cut long. Oh, where has he gone? Oh, where has my little dog gone? Oh, where can he be? With his tail cut short and his ears cut long. Oh, where has he gone?
Brow brinky, eye winky,
Chin choppy, cheek cherry,
mouth merry, brow brinky. Brow brinky, eye winky, chin choppy, cheek cherry, mouth merry, brow
cherry mouth, merry brow, brinky.
Brow brinky, eye winky, chin choppy,
eye,
cheek cherry, mouth merry, brow
cherry mouth, merry brow, brinky. Brow, brinky.
Mary had a little lamb, little lamb, little lamb. Mary had a little lamb, its fleece was white as snow. And everywhere that Mary went, Mary went, Mary went. And everywhere that Mary went, the lamb was sure to go.
It followed her to school one day, school one day, school one day. It followed her to school one day, which was against the rule. It made the children laugh and play, laugh and play, laugh and play. It made the children laugh and play to see a lamb at school.
And so the teacher turned it out, turned it out, turned it out. And so the teacher turned it out, but still it lingered near. And waited patiently about, and waited patiently about till Mary did appear.
And then it ran to her and laid, her and laid, her and laid. And then it ran to her and laid its head upon her arm, as if it said, I'm not afraid, not afraid, not afraid. As if it said, I'm not afraid, you'll keep me from all harm. What makes the lamb love Mary so, Mary so, Mary so? What makes the lamb love Mary so? The eager children cry. Why, Mary loves the lamb, you know, lamb, you know, lamb, you know. Why, Mary loves the lamb, you know, the teacher did reply. Three wise men of Gotham went to sea in a bowl. If the bowl had been stronger, my story would have been longer. My story would have been longer.
Poor old Robinson Crusoe,
Poor old Robinson Crusoe,
they made him a coat of an old mangy goat.
I wonder why they should do so.
With a ring-a-ting-tang,
And a ring-a-tang-ting,
with a ring-a-ting-tang,
and a ring-a-tang-ting,
with a ring-a-ting-tang.
and a ring-a-tang-ting. Poor old Robinson Crusoe.
This is the way the ladies ride. Try, tree, try, tree, try, tree, try. This is the way the ladies ride. Try, tree, try, tree, try.
This is the way the gentlemen ride. Gallop-a-trot, gallop-a-trot. This is the way the gentlemen ride. Gallop-a-gallop-a-trot. This is the way the farmers ride. Hobbledy-hoy, hobbledy-hoy. This is the way the farmers ride. Hobbledy-hobbledy-hoy. Try-tree, gallop-a-gallop-a. Hobbledy-hobbledy-hoy. Whoa!
Father, may I go out to swim? Yes, my darling daughter.
Hang your clothes on a hickory limb, but don't go near the water.
Don't go near the water?
Yes, don't go near the water.
Father, may I go to war?
Yes, you may, my son.
Wear your woolen comforter, but don't fire off your gun.
Don't fire off my gun.
Don't fire off your gun. Oh dear, what can the matter be, dear, dear? What can the matter be? Oh dear, what can the matter be? Johnny's so long at the fair.
He promised he'd buy me a fairy, should please me, and then for a kiss, oh, he vowed he would tease me. He promised he'd buy me a bunch of blue ribbons to tie up my bonny brown hair.
Oh dear, what can the matter be, dear, dear? What can the matter be? Oh dear, what can the matter be? Johnny's so long at the fair.
He promised he'd bring me a basket of posies, a garland of lilies, a garland of roses, a little straw hat to set off the blue ribbons that tie up my bonny brown hair.
Oh dear, what can the matter be, dear, dear? What can the matter be? Oh dear, what can the matter be? Johnny's so long at the fair. I saw three ships come sailing by, come sailing by, come sailing by. I saw three ships come sailing by on New Year's Day in the morning. And what do you think was in them then, was in them then, was in them then? And what do you think was in them then on New Year's Day in the morning?
Three pretty girls were in them then, were in them then, were in them then. Three pretty girls were in them then on New Year's Day in the morning.
Fa la 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 la,
Fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la.
And one could whistle and one could sing.
And one could play on the violin.
Such joy there was at my wedding on New Year's Day in the morning. Fa la 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 la,
Fa la 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 la, fa la 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 la. I saw three ships come
I saw three
sailing by.
ships come sailing by. I saw three ships come sailing by. I saw three ships on New Year's Day in the morning. Birds of a feather flock together, and so will pigs and swine. Rats and mice will have their choice, and so will I have mine. Doodle-doodle-doo. The princess lost her shoe. Her highness hopped, the fiddler stopped, not knowing what to do. Dance, Thumbkin, dance. Dance, ye merry men, everyone, for Thumbkin, he can dance alone. Thumbkin, he can dance alone. Dance, Foreman, dance. Dance, ye merry men, everyone, for Foreman, he can dance alone. Foreman, he can dance alone.
Dance, Ringman, dance. Dance, ye merry men, everyone, for Ringman, he can dance alone. Ringman, he can dance alone.
Dance, Longman, dance. Dance, ye merry men, everyone, for Longman, he can dance alone. Longman, he can dance alone. Dance, dance, little man, dance. Dance, ye merry men, everyone, for little man, he can dance alone. Little man, he can dance alone.
The man in the moon
Looked out of the moon,
and this is what he said.
'tis time that now I'm getting up. All babies went to bed.
The man in the moon
Came down too soon.
and asked his way to Norwich.
He went by the south and burned his mouth by eating cold plum porridge. What are little boys made of, made of? What are little boys made of?
Frogs and snails and puppy dog tails,
And that's what little boys are made of.
made of, made of,
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 made of, made of. What are little girls made of, made of? What are little girls made of? Sugar and spice and all that's nice.
and that's what little girls are made of. Made of, made of,
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 made of, made of. That's what little girls are made of. I had a little pony, his name was Dapple Gray. I lent him to a lady to ride a mile away. She whipped him, she lashed him, she rode him through the mire. I would not lend my pony now for all the ladies' hire. There was a crooked man, and he went a crooked mile.
He found a crooked sixpence against a crooked stile.
He bought a crooked cat who caught a crooked mouse, and they all lived together in a little crooked house.
This little man lived all alone,
And he was a man of sorrow. For if the weather was fair today, he was sure it would rain tomorrow.
this little man lived all alone,
And he was a man of sorrow. For if the weather was fair today, he was sure it would rain tomorrow.
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked.
If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers,
Where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked?
Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers.
A peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked.
If Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers,
Where's the peck of pickled peppers Peter Piper picked?
little boy blue, come blow your horn. The sheep's in the meadow, the cow's in the corn. Where is the boy that looks after the sheep? He's under the haycock, fast asleep. Once I saw a little bird come hop,
Hop, hop, hop, hop, hop.
so I cried, little bird, will you stop?
Stop, 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 stop. And was going to the window to say how do you
shook his
little tail and far away he flew.
Once I saw a little bird come
Hop, 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 hop.
so I cried, little bird, will you stop?
Stop, 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 stop. And was going to the window to say how do you do.
But he shook his
Little tail and far away he flew.
days hath September, April, June, and November.
30 days hath September, April, June, and November.
All the rest have 31.
All the rest have 31. February has 28 alone, except in leap year. That's the time when February's days are 29. There was a maid on Scrabble Hill, and if not dead, she lives there still. She grew so tall, she reached the sky, and on the moon hung clothes to dry. There were once 2 cats of Kilkenny. Each thought there was 1 cat too many. So they fought and they fit and they scratched and they bit till accepting their nails and the tips of their tails. Instead of 2 cats there weren't any. There were once 2 cats of Kilkenny. Each thought there was 1 cat too many. So they fought and they fit and they scratched and they bit till accepting their nails and the tips of their tails. Instead of 2 cats there weren't any.
As I was going to St. Ives, I met a man with 7 wives.
As I was going to St. Ives, I met a man with 7 wives.
Every wife had 7 sacks.
Every sack had 7 cats.
Every cat had 7 kits.
Kits, cats, sacks, and wives. How many were going to St. Ives? Kits, cats, sacks, and wives. How many were going to St. Ives?
As I was going to St. Ives, I met a man with 7 wives.
As I was going to St. Ives, I met a man with 7 wives.
Every wife had 7 sacks.
Every sack had 7 cats.
Every cat had 7 kits.
Kits, cats, sacks, and wives. How many were going to St. Ives? Kits, cats, sacks, and wives. How many were going to St. Ives? It will be crowded in good old St. Ives.
If all the seas were one sea, what a great sea that would be.
If all the trees were one tree, what a great tree that would be. If all the axes were one axe, what a great axe that would be.
And if all the men were one man,
What a great man that would be. And if the great man took the great axe and cut down the great tree and let it fall into the sea, what a splish splash that would be.
the north wind doth blow, and we shall have snow. And what will the robin do then? Poor thing, he'll sit in the barn to keep himself warm and hide his head under his wing. Poor
a jolly miller once lived on the River Dee. He worked and sang from morn till night, no lark so blithe as he. And this the burden of his song forever used to be. I care for nobody, no, not I, since nobody cares for me. There was a jolly miller once lived on the River Dee. He worked and sang from morn till night, no lark so blithe as he. And this the burden of his song forever used to be. I care for nobody, no, not I, since nobody cares for me. Oats, peas, beans, and barley grows. Oats, peas, beans, and barley grows. Nor you, nor I, nor anyone knows how oats, peas, beans, and barley grows. Oats, peas, beans, and barley grows. Oats, peas, beans, and barley grows. Nor you, nor I, nor anyone knows how oats, peas, beans, and barley grows.